Alright guys and girls, this is Jerningam here, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be shapeshifters, people on other planets in the solar system. There's going to be dinosaurs still out there on other planets, even though there's no dinosaurs on our Earth. There's other sorts of dinosaurs and scary creatures on other sorts of the planets in the sky somewhere, wherever you want to go to. This is not the only planet with people on, as we all know. What's going to be going on? There could be other planets with people that can shapeshift, turn into different things. There's loads of creatures out there in the solar system and outer space we don't know about still. What would the shapeshifters fight? That is a fair question. They probably fight other shapeshifters. So basically, two types of shapeshifters could be better than the other. One stronger than the other. Be like alien versus a predator. Could that be outer space as well? Two of them fighting against each other and go invisible and do all sorts and throw things around and do whirlwinds like Tasmania. I mean, could be possible. I mean, there's loads of things that do fly in the air. It's like going into a giant vacuum cleaner in outer space. You can't breathe. You're like, I can't even breathe. I need to get my air. It'd be like something like that. But the only thing is, some of you guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen agree with what I'm saying. Some of you may think crazy and bar me, but that's just me. I'm original. I'm not limited edition. So, okay, not like a game, obviously. So anyway, where was I getting on the point of going out of space? Yeah. Eventually, there'd be like these portholes in the sky that open up and things come through. This is what's going to happen. It's not going to be Final Destination, or what's that film called? Something war film. I've watched it before. Something crazy, the Earth, and the Earth smashes up and giant robots come out of the ground. Not Horizon, Heavily Sword, or something like that. But, well, it's going to be a crazy world going so far with all this craziness going on. More to come, and more worse things to happen. Unfortunately, it's the way the world is at the moment. It's crazy. But like I say, talking about these mirror worlds, on other planets in outer space, there's mirror worlds. So you can go to other dimensions in outer space by going through mirrors. They wouldn't be like the mirrors that we have on Earth. They'd be different. So basically, say like if you're underwater in the Star Wars film and you're seeing these bubble things that you go underwater to hold your breath. You walk through them as you would walk through a door, basically. But the mirror would start, you're like the Matrix. You're all like gooey, like water. And it's like walking through, not silk obviously, but like a mirror. I'm just trying to think of a way of explaining it so you can understand what I'm trying to say. Have you ever seen the Matrix before, where he walks through that mirror and he gets all silver bits in his hands? That's what it would be like to go into another dimensions. It won't be like Nadia lying in the wardrobe. It'd be something different to that. So, just trying to think, for all you trollers and haters and mean people out there, what you can't say I can read and write, and can't do this and can't do that. But the thing is, I've got a very good brain, a very good imagination. You know, my brain's like a motorway, it's like a traffic jam, but I can find other obstacle courses and things to go through. You trollers go around in a circle and you can't get out the circle. Then you go into the next person. Me, I always find a way out the circle. Remember this. Remember it. Not embrace the moment, remember the time it was in. But anyway, what was I trying to say? I was going to be a bit of a sidetrack there. But, you know, it's a crazy world, eh? In my opinion, what I'm trying to think is, you know, imagine putting all the prisoners on the moon, and especially you trollers, so you can't escape. You trollers want to make other people's life a misery, may make yours a misery as well. But moving away, this is not a video about talking about trolls. It's a different type of video. Said to someone else. Anyway, what was I talking about? Outer space, yes. Back on the topic. In the middle of the moon, sorry, the dark side of the moon is the aliens on there. The middle of the moon, there could be space stations in there with aliens. I don't know. But like I say, there's bound to be other planets out there. Does the solar system ever end? Is there any end to the solar system? Probably not. So we just keep going in outer space and going to different areas. Imagine if you came across a planet in outer space where there was diamonds on there, the rings. You could find some coal in outer space. Imagine that. Different types of coal and bricks you can bring back and build stuff. And the bricks you find out of space would be a lot stronger to bring back to the Earth, even though people eventually move into space and build stuff on the moon, use the moon brick, or use the bricks that are on. Well, you can make bricks out of anything, sand, can't you? Cement. You'd have to take some cement up with you, or water, and make big buildings on Mars. But saying that there's no oxygen, is there? Who knows? There's oxygen on the moon. Things could change in the future. They could also build a massive motorway from the Earth to the moon, or use a tube from the moon to the Earth to Mars. Or they may just build a massive tunnel that's airtight, so you can just drive to both places, and there'd be petrol pumps in outer space to charge your vehicles up, cars obviously, and there'd be other places like you've never seen before. There'd be restaurants on the moon like the Earth, but what would you call these restaurants? You can call it the Moon Diner. You could call it the Sun and the Moon. You could call it anything. Welcome to the Sun and the Moon on Earth. It's just exactly the same. There's some kind of catchphrase or phrase for that. Which tastes better, the food on the moon on the Earth? You know, there'd be some kind of talking and happening and whatever goes on. There'd be all sorts of work on the moon. Lorries driving on there like the Earth. It'd be like cyberpunk, but in space. Craziness, isn't it? When you're thinking about it. But you've got to think about this. I mean, some people would prefer to stay on the Earth and don't want to move. Some people won't be able to afford to move, even though if something happens on the Earth eventually when all the oxygen runs out, they make other plans. And the only people that will come back to the Earth is probably the army people and the scientists with oxygen tanks on and saying, one of these days, we used to live on the Earth. Oxygen, animals, food, birds. People are a lot happier on this Earth. But now, in the future, we've moved to different planets. We've evolved as human beings. There was loads of stories to tell on this Earth at one time. Many built stories. People that were on the Earth and say it was a better place, and they never would have thought themselves moving on the moon or moving on Mars. This is what would probably happen. But some people have a very good imagination with stories. Other people don't understand one another talking about stories. But in everyone's brain out there, they have a story and something to tell and a good imagination. This is how they make a song or make a video. You don't have to be popular to be on YouTube. Just do what you've got to do. So, just keep thinking the best way you can. Once you've done a video, you feel better in yourself. Helping people, they help you. Sometimes people don't do videos to help people, they do it for themselves. But I'm just seeing what's on YouTube as well, as we're talking. Just really trying to think of these ideas, even though there's not a lot on TV or on YouTube. You got to think of these ideas. But it's good to have a good brain and think about these things. Not everyone's the same, just the way it can be. But hopefully we can learn something from this video or this message. We can help other people learn about the Earth and the history. Even though there would be basically the Earth would be like the outer space would be like the Earth, or probably bigger. There'd be more places to explore because you can build more things in outer space eventually. The Earth's a tiny place to outer space. Eventually there will be things built in outer space like giant motorways, houses, buildings, skyscrapers. They will be all connected to the moon and Mars, obviously. And you can probably see some sightseeing of the Milky Way if you really wanted to, and see the stars. It's like a bit of Doctor Who, really. You pay top dollar for the good seats. They could make a train that goes from, which they did on Doctor Who, on the moon of outer space, so they could use the Titanic. That was a pretty good thing in Doctor Who as well. It's all different. They figure of a way. I mean, you can even use helicopters flying in outer space eventually, but no gravity. So we just got to keep thinking. Some of the people may be interested in this video, other people won't. Some people say it never happened. It's just in films and fiction and movies, but They could always store fuel and petrol on the moon or on any other planets in case they're out on the Earth. They could overproduce and make more things, go up there, get the fuel, or store the fuel if they've run out of room on the Earth. But anyway, I better go. Thank you for joining this video, and see you next one. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next one. Take it easy. Peace.